All right. Hello, guys. Welcome to a special podcast. And this podcast is about Ronin FC. Ronin FC is an upcoming fight promotion out of Bangalore, India. And here with me today, we have Gaganpal Singh Dua, a heavyweight MMA fighter from India, undefeated 3 0. So, Gagan, welcome to the podcast. How are you doing?
Thank you.
By
Thank
the
you.
way, my name is Peeyush, and I'm the also known as Magic Man in the scene.
So basically, I've been training for little over 5 years. I started in, I think, 2021 July. That's when I actually started my MMA training, just when the COVID was
Wow, so
done.
that's so recent, like 4 years almost.
Yeah, 4 years, you can
Okay.
say. But ever since I started it, I fell in love with it so much that I could not stop. So whereas when I remember when I started, everybody would do just one class, but I loved it so much that I would stay back and do another class. So I would do back to back classes, and that actually helped me because that way my skill improved and I was able to build my endurance and stamina and work on various
Did you
things.
did you start in a specific martial art or did you join a full MMA class? What do you do?
Okay, so I when I started off, I wanted to do jujitsu, okay, because I have a elder cousin brother,
Hmm.
and he used to do jujitsu a lot, and he used to tell me, "You have to do MMA and everything. You have the strength and everything," and I was fascinated by jujitsu, and I joined this place so that I could do some jujitsu, but due to COVID, they had to send all the
Which
trainers
which
back.
place was this?
This is called Realm Fight Club or
Okay,
something.
okay.
It was in Koramangala,
Yeah.
and all the trainers they had to go back, and there was only a
They
boxing
had some
coach.
Brazilian trainers also, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
they were
Yeah.
all traditional. Like they used to train in the gi,
Yeah.
and they're like all black belts from Brazil, and they had like 10, 15 plus years of experience.
Yeah.
And once they left, I was left with boxing. So I'm like, okay, let's do boxing.
Mm.
So that's where the journey started. From boxing, I did boxing for about 8 months. I competed in the Karnataka State Boxing Championship.
Wow.
I became the
In
champion.
8 months.
Yeah, in 8 months.
And you became a champion
Yeah,
also.
yeah, at
Was the
heavyweight.
level too low or you were too good?
I
What
don't know.
what happened there?
I don't know. I
Okay.
just trained so much. I
Okay.
loved it.
Okay, so you just like completely fell into the love with the sport at first sight.
Absolutely, man.
Kind of similar thing which happened with me also. I also started with jiu-jitsu back in 2017 in Delhi at BAJ India. And the first trap and roll move that you'll do on the first day of the training of your trial session, that kind of made me enamored with the art. And I was like, damn, this feels like magic. How can you just take like a big person sitting on top of you and just roll effortlessly, right? So I got like hooked to it immediately. I started going back home. We put mats at our home, me and one of my friend, and we started learning from YouTube, the DVDs and all that. So yeah, kind of similar journey than you also had.
My God, seriously. But so tell me one thing.
Yeah.
Like, see, I started off with boxing. You started with jiu-jitsu. They're like two completely different martial arts.
Yes.
When you had your first jiu-jitsu experience, like, were you able to pick up things fast, or were you confused for 6 months? Because I know I was. I didn't know what was
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on.
First couple of months, you have no idea. But with me, what helped me was that when I like something, I just go super deep into it. I am super nerd about shit like that, right? So I started watching all the DVDs available. I downloaded, I torrented, pirated all those content online, and then I would just drill it like everything. I used to annoy my friend. I did not have a job. I used to do magic, magic back then. So I used to just go for my gigs and all, but my training partner, my flatmate had a job, so he used to come late, 9, 10 o'clock in the night, and I used to just grab him, like, bro, come, we'll drill this new DVD that we have. So yeah, I went all in. I used to call other training partners from my gym at my home to just come and drill, so that we can do something else. I also got kicked out of that gym because of this, because I was learning from the outside, which is not kind of looked down upon in some gym. I mean, it's a traditional culture that people try to preserve, but that's the wrong approach in my opinion. So yeah, it was confusing initially, but the more I learned, the more easier it becomes, and I think that's the beauty of martial art in general, right?
So, to summarize
Yeah.
everything, you had nobody to teach you. You picked it up.
I had coaches, but I would consider myself like more self-taught because I studied a lot on my own. Still
Mhm.
do, but yeah, that's how I began. So you did boxing, you went and won the state championship. How did you get into MMA specifically?
So, after I won the state championship, 1 month later, that boxing gym shut down.
Okay. What is
Unfortunately,
happening with your gyms,
I
bro?
don't know,
Instructors
man.
leave, boxing gym shutdowns.
I
Yeah.
don't know. It was mainly
Yeah.
because of COVID and everything. And then I reached out to my brother again and I was telling him there's a scene. And he told me, hey, close by to your house, there's a place called Ras MMA.
Hmm.
And there's this very good friend of mine by the name of Roop Jyoti.
Okay.
And why don't you go and.
He was a purple belt, if I remember correctly. He has
Yes,
been purple belt for a
he
long
is a
time.
purple belt. He's gone to Brazil. He was there for 2 years.
He
And
competed there as well.
yes.
Bro, I remember. So I try to research everyone who is on scene, right? And he used to be one of the purple belt back then when I was also in Bangalore. So I researched him. And I remember him having a picture with Charles Oliveira at one of those
Yes.
competitions, right?
Yes, he's actually trained with Charles Oliveira.
Crazy.
But this is when Charles Oliveira was
Was
not.
not very well known. He
Yes.
was like in the downward trajectory of his
Yes, yes.
UFC.
That's
Yeah.
when people were saying that Charles Oliveira is a quitter.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
just lets it go when things get hard in a
Yeah,
fight.
yeah.
So that's when it was. But obviously now we know where he is.
Mm.
So he's trained with Charles Oliveira. He's actually trained with them in the gym. There was like a team called, I forgot what's the name of the team. And he was there for 2 years. He got his purple belt in Brazil. And then he
Insane.
came back to India and he started teaching and coaching. And he was my first exposure to jiu-jitsu and even striking. He taught me kickboxing.
Wow.
If you see my leg going so high, me giving all those tornado kicks, Roop Jyoti taught me all that.
Okay.
So I picked it up from him.
Amazing. He made you that flashy heavyweight fighter that you are right now. I have to stop him, bro. He will just throw spin attacks. Like I have to say, bro, just throw a basic roundhouse. He'll always throw spinning shit all the time. Nice.
The one thing I know, okay, in Kaizen MMA, I am banned from throwing jumping kicks, spinning kicks, all that running on the cage, Anthony Pettis kicks. I am banned from doing all
I mean,
that.
first of all, our space is too small,
Yes.
and then half what 90% of the fighters there are like lightweight and below. So you can't be having a heavyweight throwing tornado and spinning 360, 420 kicks. So
Yes, I still remember the first day I
Uh.
did it. I don't know to whom I did it. We were just probably touch sparring. And I thought, okay, I'll control the kick. But when I spun and I threw the kick, you saw it and you just shouted at me. I'm like, okay, I'm never going to do this again.
you still do it, bro. You don't listen, so doesn't matter. Anyways, so when did you compete in your first MMA fight?
So 2021 July, I joined Roop Jyoti,
Hmm.
and at that time I knew just boxing, and he taught me kickboxing. We used to drill, and he used to like teach me how to do a roundhouse kick and everything. Just 3 months after that, I had my first kickboxing fight. 15 days after that, I had my first MMA fight,
Wow.
amateur.
Wow. And this is while you were working as well, or
Yes.
you're not working back?
Yes, everything, whatever my MMA journey has
Hmm.
been, I had a full time job
Hmm.
and still do, and I'm still working and I'm training.
So what kind of motivated you? Ki, oh, I want a career in MMA as well. So because doing an MMA fight is a very serious step, right? You have to think that, oh, I'm going to get beaten up. I might get choked out. I might get my hand broken. That might affect my life, my career, other things. So what kind of made you mentally decide, ki, okay, I have to do this. I'm taking this as seriously as the professional athletes do. So what was that switch?
There was not one incident, there was one moment, I must say.
Hmm.
And I was just going through YouTube and everything, and I saw this fight of John Jones against Lyoto Machida.
Oh,
And he just choked him out.
yeah.
And
High
Lyoto
risk.
Machida just felt like a dead body.
Hmm.
And that was like, oh my, what did he do to him?
Hmm.
Like, what is that? And that's when I started researching. At that point in time, I knew who Conor McGregor was. He was like world famous, very well marketed. But I didn't know who was John Jones. I didn't know who was George St. Pierre. I didn't know who were people like John Danaher. I didn't know these guys.
Hmm.
So I started researching. I'm like, wow, this is like truly something else.
Superpower.
This is like beyond superpower.
Yeah.
And one thing I noticed is that the self-confidence it gives me. I've realized that the better I do in my training, the better I do at my work and job and other parts of my
You
life.
can bully your bosses and be like, hey, don't talk shit to me. Don't make me work that extra shift. Otherwise,
No. Like by God's grace, all the bosses I've had, all the managers I've had, they've been super supportive, super amazing. They actually know when I'm training and they don't ping me or give me some work at that time.
amazing.
and they ensure that okay, whatever work is given, it's after my training. So in that way, I'm pretty blessed, I must say.
Nice. So you have had like 3 fights till now, right? In professional.
Professionally, yeah.
How many amateur MMA fights did you do?
17.
17. So you did
17.
like a lot of tournaments, I'm assuming.
Yes, yes.
And
I've so this is so one thing that Roop Jyoti told me is that before you go pro, make sure you fight as much amateur as you can.
100%.
Go to wherever you go to Delhi, go to Mumbai, go to any place, but just go compete. Doesn't matter if you win or lose. Just go get the experience.
Yeah.
And he said that okay, look, you have a job, it pays you well, so you can afford to go there.
Afford to travel. Yeah.
So I could, so I did it.
That's a very good point that people, even in India, because you'll see a lot of new kids are joining MMA, learning MMA, and looking forward to make their career. We would want to say as coaches, as athletes, that you need to do as many amateur fights as possible. At least 20, in my opinion, is a safe number that will give you all kinds of experience you need before turning pro. If you turn pro very early, you don't get the necessary tough fights. You have to like fight all your bad fights in the amateur circuit so that once you turn pro, you can handle any kind of situation that arises. Because if you just keep winning, for example, if you're an athlete and you just win all 10 of your amateur fight and you feel, whoa, I'm the best, I'm Khabib, I'm next Khabib, and then you go into a pro fight, you meet a fighter of your caliber, and you feel like, oh, these things are not going my way, and then you quit and then you lose the fight, right? So that kind of mental grit and fortitude is developed when you grind in the amateur circuit. You'll face all kind of fighters. If you do multiple tournaments, when you reach those third and fourth and final rounds, you will actually face tough competition, and that will help you become a much better pro athlete. Because we know that even the pro level in India is not so good.
Yeah.
We have these fighters who go 6-0, 7-0, 8-0, and then lose when they face an international opponent.
Exactly.
So you need to get as much experience. You need to maximize your time in the amateur and the pro circuit. Okay. So let's come back to Ronin FC once again.
Yes.
So Ronin Fighting Championship is going to happen when?
So Ronin Fighting Championship is going to happen on the 26th of July 2025,
Okay.
and it's going to be in Bangalore.
Okay.
And we're going to have, since this is going to be our very first event, we're going to have amateur fights as well as pro fights. And we want to do things in a different way. We don't want to actually take money from amateurs and and make them fight and all that. We have picked few high caliber amateurs, and we are paying them, okay, to make sure that okay, whoever wins in the amateur circuits, they get paid. The winner gets
Yeah.
paid.
So let's put some context also, like how the amateur circuit is in India right now, how the pro circuit is. So in amateur scene, usually most of the amateurs are competing in a tournament setting or they're competing in a fight card setting, but they need to pay registration fees,
Yes, yes.
right? And as an amateur, anyways, you're not making a lot of money. Pros even barely make money in
Barely,
India.
seriously.
If they make money, they don't get paid on time. We have seen that happen to our athletes as well. So our whole philosophy with this fight card, and we are getting into like why we are doing this and what's the goal with this. So our whole philosophy was number one, to pay the athletes. Because if you don't pay the athletes, they will not have enough facilities to even train at a decent gym. They can't take care of their nutrition. They can't take care of their gear, not the illegal gear, but the fight gear we are talking about. So they can't do any of those things which will help them become a better martial artist, level up, training camps, all those things. So that's very important that we pay the athletes. That's why we have decided to pay the amateur, not too much because we are not very well funded right now as the first promotion,
Yeah.
but we are paying them something which is way better than what you would get paid. Like we are paying them on the par of a lot of pro fights.
Pro fights, very true.
Pro fights. A lot of pro fighters are getting paid the same amount of money, right? So that is something that we are doing with the amateurs, and we'll just come to the fight card later and talk about all the fighters who are involved. But let's talk about why was the need for a Ronin Fighting Championship, a promotion out of Bangalore? Because you have been competing here in this circuit in South India, in Bangalore itself, Karnataka. What problems did you face as an athlete?
Okay, so as you rightly said, like I've actually competed in almost all parts of India. Okay, I've actually competed internationally. I've seen the caliber of fighters they have there as well. Now I've realized one thing is that there is such a dense pool of talent in Bangalore and the southern part of India. I can say Chennai, let it be Kerala, it could be Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, whatever. They have such dense a pool of talent in MMA, but they do not have opportunities. Whatever are the opportunities, it's in the northern part of India, and because of which it becomes difficult for many amateurs to travel.
Yeah.
And I saw that there was a vacuum here. And in Bangalore, meaning Bangalore is a city where people, even people who have lost in other parts of their life or from other cities, they come to Bangalore and they flourish.
Yeah.
And I saw that there's an opportunity that people want to see fights. They really are getting interested in mixed martial arts. And that's when we thought, okay, let's do something in Bangalore.
Amazing. So Bangalore, as you said rightly, it's a very multicultural city. People from all parts of the country are here, and even in our own gym at Kaizen, we have people who have come from different parts of the
Yeah.
country: Northeast, Delhi, Lucknow. We have Sayed here with us. We have people from Chennai. We have people from Bangalore itself. So we have wide representation all around in our gym. And there is definitely like a vacuum, which I also personally felt as the coach, as an athlete coming up here. In south of India, there are not many promotions. Actually, in Bangalore, we have Malla Yuddha, which is hosted by ICSA and
Yes.
Coach Jitesh. We have Superhuman official now, which is going on in
Manipal.
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 So there are few promotions which are up and coming, but we also need like a pro fight card promotion, which really pays good money
Good
to the
money.
athletes. So there was that vacuum, and the biggest vacuum I feel like in India in general, in all of the MMA community, is the number of events that these promotions do.
Mm.
Because once one event happens, you never know when the next event is scheduled. So the fighters are very uncertain. कि, okay, एक बार यहाँ fight कर लिया, now let's go and hunt when the next promotion happens, when the next fight can come by. So there is not like a circuit situation like you have it in tennis, right? You have
Mm.
four big grand slams. You have four times of the year where you can go and fight in
Correct.
these big events. Similarly, in amateur circuit, there are a lot of in boxing in India. There are a lot of tournaments throughout that you can go and compete. In MMA, we feel like there's a big lack of it.
Yes.
So with this promotion, I think that is the number one vacuum that will fill,
Very
apart
true.
from the money barrier, is that we are going to have X number of events per year, and we'll talk about that later. We'll reveal the numbers, how many events
Yeah.
that we are planning to do, but we'll have X number of guaranteed events per year, and we'll be hosting high level fights. We also don't want to be the promotion which just is padding record of fighters, right? And that is another big problem in Indian MMA community, that people will host tournaments, they will get their own fighters in those tournaments and pad their record against like really, really amateur level fighters, right?
Seriously.
And when these fighters become 8-0, 9-0, 10-0, 12-0, they go out and then they face the harsh reality, and then everything falls apart. And that kind of brings disgrace to the Indian MMA community as a
Very
whole.
much. Very
So
much.
we have this very pure goal of hosting high level fights, really competitive fights, and I think that's what you can expect out of Ronin FC in the upcoming future.
See, matlab, I actually just want to add to what you have
Sure,
said
sure,
over here
please.
is that
Yeah,
high level fights, making sure that there is fair opportunity, making sure that the fighters get paid well and on time. That is something that we want to do.
yeah,
But at the end of the day, like India is a country of a billion people. Like I'm going to tell you my experience. I've traveled abroad. I have competed in other countries. I've represented India. There are people from other countries that actually come to our Indian coaches and say, "You guys are a country of a billion people. Can't you produce one champion?" I mean, that
yeah,
hurts. That stings at times. Like I
yeah.
still remember it was in Amsterdam in 2022, and I still remember the person's face, but I don't remember his name because I can't pronounce it. It's very difficult to pronounce. And when that this gentleman said it, he was not wrong. He
Mhm,
was right. We are such a huge population, and there is no dearth of talent in India. We
mhm.
are really talented. It's just the opportunities. And once the young people of our nation see that okay, there is a platform like Ronin FC that is doing this, I'm sure there will be great talent coming out.
Yeah. And through Ronin FC, we also not only want to like inspire the athletes and give them a platform, we also want to like put a showcase of how to do a MMA event, set
Yes.
the standard for an MMA event,
Yes.
so that it inspires people in, let's say, Chennai to do like a similar event, people in Andhra to do a similar, Hyderabad to do a similar event, where they are providing like a local platform for their own fighters, own
Mm.
state, nearby states, so that if in future if we have these kind of good high level promotions who, as we said, host competitive fights, pay people on time, and do regular events,
Yes,
imagine how many talented guys will just flow through those circuits and eventually start to get better.
absolutely, man.
So
Absolutely.
that's a very long term, a large term goal. We don't want to be like taking a shit on someone saying
Yeah.
ki they are bad, they are bad. We want to say ki the whole Indian MMA community as a
Yes.
whole should grow.
Yes.
And it will only happen when you prove something, you prove a concept ki, okay, this is how we are doing it. It's not very difficult, it's not rocket science. All you need to do is host good events and show it to the people who love MMA, who can sponsor you in the future, and hopefully that works out.
100%, man.
Because I have seen this in case of other promotions like Northeast. We have Aturto in India right
Yeah,
now,
they're doing phenomenal,
out
huh?
of Arunachal, and they
Higyo.
have,
Yeah,
yeah,
good job
Higyo
he's doing.
Tarak. Shout out to him and his team. Uh, Amazing small promotion coming out of Arunachal, and now they are becoming big by the year. They are setting the standards and they are smashing standards, I would say.
Absolutely.
They are doing great social media marketing. They are hosting good fights. They are building a culture in the whole state around the martial
Yes.
art where people are getting behind, people are getting exposed to the martial
Very
art.
true.
Similarly, I had the chance to go to Nepal Warriors Championship a couple of times now. They have built like a very strong community around their own event in Kathmandu, around whole of Nepal also. And now they will see in cities like Pokhara, cities like Kathmandu, which are very small cities, tiny cities as compared to Indian cities, but they have good high level MMA fighters,
Mm.
young kids coming up and taking up MMA just because they saw that one event is giving them the
Yes.
opportunity.
Exactly,
So
man.
that kind of snowball or butterfly effect, if we can produce, will win, right?
Absolutely, man. Meaning, as I said, meaning, I've traveled to a lot of places, but what Aturto is doing is absolutely phenomenal. Meaning, the quality of the production, even the fights, and the best part, about them, the decisions that they give is so crisp, clear, and it's fair. That is something that I really value. Like,
The
okay,
refing,
the
right? The
refing,
refing,
the
yeah.
decisions is
Yeah.
amazing,
The
man.
officiating in India is another problem that I see. Like you'll have so many other controversial decisions just to make your own guys win, and that's very discouraging for the
Very
other fighter
much.
also. Like imagine if you put your hard work, money, effort to go to a tournament, compete hard, do like 2 fights, 3 fights. When you meet a guy who is your organizer's own guy or whatever it is, and then you lose a hard fought decision just because you are not on the correct side of things.
Yeah,
You waste a lot of your money. You didn't make the prize if there's a prize. So it's very discouraging for
very,
people. They will
very
be like, yo,
unfortunate.
it's just politics. Like I've seen so many other sports people quit sports because of the politics, similar kind of politics. Like judo, we had
Yeah, it
we
happens a
had
lot.
Kathit, right, who used to tell us ki in judo I was so good. I was up and coming athlete, and then these guys just do so much of politics, so much of bullshit that I quit it and I followed something else. So
That's
you
true.
just take away a talent when you don't keep things fair. So
That's very
fair.
unfortunate.
So yeah, let's talk about who are we working with in regards of officiating, officials, federation. What is our
Oh,
structure?
so I actually got in touch with Andrew. So Andrew is a very good friend of
What's
mine.
his full name?
Andrew
Canada.
Canway. I'm sorry,
He'll be
Andrew.
really
Please,
mad at you.
I'm sorry.
He'll be really mad at
Please,
you.
please forgive me. I'm not able to pronounce it, but I call him just Andrew.
Canada, yeah.
Kennedy.
Yeah.
Andrew Kennedy. So he's a very good friend of mine,
Okay.
and I met him in the MMA circuit itself.
Yeah.
And I've worked with him a couple of times as well. He's been the referee for a couple of my fights. And the best part is that he's got very good international reffing experience. So
Yeah.
right now as well, I think he's in Uzbekistan, reffing for an amateur.
UWW, United World Wrestling. They are doing a amateur
Yes.
MMA promotion.
MMA promotion. So
Yeah.
he's reffing for them. So he's got very good experience. And from what I understand is that he's a part of this global organization by the name of UWMMA. And he's the only person in India that can sanction fights from this particular organization. So like, okay, fantastic. Meaning the decisions are fair that I've seen in your fights.
Yeah.
So you can get in a few other referees. So let's go ahead with that.
Yeah.
So Andrew's on board and we're very happy to have him.
Yeah, definitely. He's one of the well respected and very clear headed referee, and I've seen his work. Never seen a controversial decision out of
Very true.
his officiating, and he knows the rules, he knows the game. And as I said, you have to be insider of the game as well. You can't just do it from the outside. Whether it is coaching in MMA, whether it is officiating in MMA, whether it is judging in
Judging in
MMA,
MMA.
whether it is commentating in MMA, right? You have to be someone who knows the sport. If you do it on a daily basis or even like frequently, that's a huge bonus. But you can't be just okay, I just watch MMA and I can do this. I just watch jiu-jitsu and I can understand what's happening. That will give you a very superficial view of
Yeah,
what
yeah.
this what the action is ongoing,
Very
right?
true. Very true. Very true.
Yeah. So we have some good commentators as well, because commentating is something that we have heard a lot of problems in Indian MMA, a lot of arguments against in Indian MMA. If we don't have good commentators, the action, and I think that kind of makes or breaks the event, how people watch it. Like if you're watching an MMA event, there's no commentating.
Yeah.
That happens a lot, right? There's no commentating. It just feels so dry. You are not as engaged, right? And if you have a shitty commentary team, it's even worse, because
Mm.
now you'll, if you know the game, you'll be like, what is he talking about? This doesn't even make
Makes
sense, right?
sense. Yeah.
So if you have a good commentating team who knows what they're saying, who can explain the action to people, it can also help even people who are not training, like how Joe Rogan did it for UFC, right?
Yeah.
He used to break it down in such a simple and lucid way that people who are not even watching the sport or who are watching it for the first time will be like, oh, this sounds very interesting. This appears, I can understand what's going on,
Very true.
especially the ground stuff, because
Yes.
standing everyone can see, oh, the punch is getting thrown and the kicks are getting thrown. But when it becomes technical, when there's wrestling involved, there's cage wrestling involved, there's jiu-jitsu involved, you have to have people who know what they're
Yes.
talking about. So we are trying to assemble a really good team for you guys. We'll announce that on our social media page, Ronin Fighting Championship. Please follow the page on Instagram. We'll activate our YouTube channel also pretty soon. We have a great social media team also now behind us. So all cylinders are going to be firing now after this podcast, guys. So uh, let's take a quick break, Gagan, and be back.
Sure. Sure. Sure.
Oh,
No problem.
hello, guys. Welcome back once again to the podcast, Ronin FC podcast. We were just talking about how the event is going to be, what are the challenges in the Indian MMA scene we are trying to overcome with this event. And let's get into the meat of the fight card. You should know which fighters are competing, which teams are competing. So basically, Gagan, in this event, I just counted,
Hmm.
we have 13 teams representing from all over the India, all over the country. We have 10 cities who are representing us in these 13 teams. And we have 24 fighters,
Oh,
because we have 12 fights,
24 fighters.
6 pro and 6 amateurs. And all of these are handpicked fighters, really high level of skills. And even some of the guys who are doing their debut
Hmm.
are future prospects.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and talk about it. I will just open the fight card over
Yeah.
here. Prelims card is basically our amateur card, and in this we have fighters from Mutant MMA. We have fighters from Dojang MMA, which is in Guwahati. Mutant is from Dehradun. We have Delhi teams representing us: Cross Train, Warriors Cove, and Combat Lab. And then we have our own Kaizen Gang. We also have the headliner fight, which is between Thanmi Angkang and Goroba.
Goroba. Yeah.
Yes, both of these guys, one representing TCA, Thanvi is from the Combat Academy Nagaland. A very good fighter. I've seen him fight here in Bangalore as well in one
Hmm.
of the national events. And Goroba is from Combat Lab Delhi. So these guys are going to represent in the finals of the prelims fight.
Prelims.
And in the headliner, I should say, there is no tournament format, so no finals. And both of them, interestingly, have exactly same record, 11-4.
Oh, wow.
The matchmaker must be really good. Yeah.
Hats
But
off to the matchmaker.
hats off, hats off. So we have also our own guy, Yusuf Raza, fighting
Yeah.
Govind Badshah from Mutant MMA.
Hmm.
So this is going to be a good fight that we are looking forward to. There is another fight which has a huge discrepancy, and I want to give shout out to Burthong Rai. He is from Sikkim, a very, very talented fighter right now training at Combat Lab in Delhi. He also trained for a bit with us. He's fighting Ashish Rawat from Mutant.
Hmm.
Okay. And Ashish Rawat is a really high level amateur with a 17-4 record. and we didn't have any fighter to fight him. I reached out to Burthong and I asked him, "Ki, bro, if your record is pretty low, uh, this guy's 17-4. Do you mind fighting him?" And he was like, "I'm all in. Put me in, coach." So big shout out,
Good
big
man.
balls
Very
to
ballsy. Very
to
ballsy.
Burthong Rai. And yeah, he's really talented. I've trained with him. Very good striker. Has also improved his ground game and Combat Lab and Warriors Cove, both teams. I've trained with the coaches earlier when I was there. They are really high level in grappling. So
Hmm.
expect him to be a really, really well rounded fighter. And his opponent obviously comes from, it's Ashish Rawat. And Ashish Rawat is from, I think he's from Cross Train, not,
Cross train.
yeah,
Oh,
he's from
wow.
Cross Train. And he's 17-4. So Cross
As
Train,
an amateur.
yeah, as an amateur.
Very nice, yeah.
So again, a very high level amateur. That is a good record to
Very
write
good, man.
20 plus fights, which we were talking about earlier.
Very good.
So we have these amateurs who are right on the cusp of turning pro. Even Yusuf, he's 15-3 and he's on the cusp of turning pro. I asked him to fight this amateur fight because he needs more experience.
Yes.
He has had a lot of ring rust. He started in, I was talking to him yesterday, he was telling me how he started into boxing when he came here from Orissa. And he had no idea about MMA, just jumped into an MMA fight, got put in an armbar, did not tap because he didn't know what an armbar was. And when he realized, then his friends, other people who he met, told them, "Yo, jujutsu bhi ek cheez hota hai, so you can go and learn some jujutsu." So that's how, I mean, people in India get exposed to MMA. You come from a completely
What a nice way to get exposed. First jiu-jitsu experience.
uh,
In a fight, you get armbar and you don't know what's a tap. You don't know how to tap.
you don't
Wow.
know how to tap. You don't know the concept exists of tapping.
Wow.
So learning it the hard way. So
Very hard way, I would say.
So it's crazy stories that these fighters bring. I hope we are able to capture some of
Yeah.
them. We have Chaman Sherpa. This guy needs a special mention because I've seen him at a lot of promotions now. Seen him fight at Nepal Warriors Championship. I've seen him fight at Kanchenjunga Fight Championship,
Hmm.
which is out of Sikkim. A very cool promotion. And he is one of the local boys of Sikkim, 5-1. Very, very crisp hands, very good boxing. Is knocking people out in the first round, second round. So I'm really excited to see him go against Pankaj Das from Dojang.
Dojang.
So Pankaj also recently fought, I guess if I'm not wrong, in Nepal Warriors Championship, and he had like a really, really gritty fight. So Dojang guys, they are fighters, bro.
Yeah.
Like win or lose, they come in hot. They come in like with a fighting spirit. And Chaman versus Pankaj Das is going to be a really good fight. Please do not miss any of the amateur fights, guys, because as I'm telling you, I've seen these guys perform in the circuit and they are really good. Then our first fight which will open for us is actually Priyanush Bora. He's also from Guwahati from a team called Gorilla Fight Academy.
Gorilla fight again.
Okay, so these academies are like small academies up and coming in India, and that's why I feel so positive about Indian MMA scene
Mm.
because you don't know who is working where in these small pockets. And this guy has been getting flashy KO knockouts. I was just watching him the other day, and through my page MMA Lifestyle Vlog, right there, I follow a lot of these kids from different parts of the country, and I see like how they are working hard on a daily basis. And this is one of those guys. He's fighting Ravi Rawat. Ravi Rawat is from Mutant.
Newton.
Again, Mutant guys, bro, one of the top gyms, in my opinion,
Yes.
the top gym right now in the country because of their excellent boxing and great wrestling. So they have great defensive wrestling. They can grapple you if you want to grapple with them. Uh, but their boxing is where they actually shine. So we have seen guys like Angad Best.
Yeah.
We have seen
Digambar.
Digambar Rawat in the
Phenomenal.
welterweight, knocking people
Super
out.
ace.
So all these guys have really good hands and they bring in a fight because they train at high altitude. They don't gas out
Yeah.
in Dehradun. Like they really, really uh, know how to finish the opponent.
Yes, very
They
true.
don't come to win a decision. They come to finish the
Finish
fight.
them. Finish them.
And yeah, I can't wait to see these young guys go at it and fight these fights. We have Sagar Kumar Sharma. So this guy is pretty interesting because he does not have a team. He trains with a boxing coach who trains him in a park. His boxing coach has a group of guys who just trains him in the park. He goes here and there for his jiu-jitsu, for his grappling, but he does not have an official team. So he told me, "Ki, Coach, I don't have a team. So, now is the right time to talk about the meaning of the Ronin word of the yeah. Why did you choose the Ronin word, and how does this make sense here? Come on.
It's because of such guys. Okay. So what does Ronin mean? A
Yeah,
warrior without a master.
let's go.
So this guy over here, he is a Ronin. He is a true definition of Ronin, where even though he doesn't have a coach, even though he doesn't have a set team, even though he has no plan, he's still finding a way to train. He's still ensuring he learns boxing, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, whatnot, to make sure he's climbing up. It's because of these guys, man. Like they are the actual Ronins, to be frank, man. Like hats
Yeah.
off to this guy.
Yeah. We have another guy in the pro fight card, which is Karan Chauhan,
Oh,
a good friend of mine, but he's going to fight another fighter of our own gym. So for till the fight, no friendship. Thank you so much. But he's another guy who does not train out of a set team.
yeah, man.
Trains at his home, pad work, bag work with his kickboxing coach. Goes to one of gyms, P Town, I guess, for
Mm.
jiu-jitsu. But he's also like a Ronin, a true definition of
Yes.
it, because when you're not training with a true team, it's not very advisable because this is a team sport at the end
Yes.
of the day. But let's say if you don't have access to those teams for whatever situation you are in your life, right? But you still at heart want to embody the spirit of a warrior,
Mm.
you want to walk through that fire, go and test yourself out. That requires big balls, man.
Definitely,
Like,
man.
I would never see myself going without a coach, without a team, anywhere,
Anyway.
let alone a MMA fight against a good guy
No.
in the pro circuit. And this guy has been going out, putting it on the line.
Seriously.
So props to these guys for embodying the true spirit of Ronin. All right, let's move on to now our pro card, the main card. This is where the real bangers. I mean, the bangers are in the amateur, so I don't know if we can call it real bangers, but the big boys
The
are.
big boys are like
Okay.
seriously.
So the first card, the opener of the main event, the main card is Havish Reddy versus Thengal Ranjan. And this is a local Bangalore
Yeah.
fight, Bangalore boys. Havish Reddy is through and through
Yeah.
Kannadiga. Thengal Ranjan is
Assam.
from Manipur, right?
Assam.
And he has been training here for Bangalore for a
Yes.
long time
Yes.
now.
Yes.
So we can call him also a Bangalore native for sure. Like with the वो कहते हैं ना जन्म भूमि
Yes.
and कर्म भूमि. So
Yes.
कर्म भूमि for him. So Thengal is 2-1 in his
Yes.
record, and Havish Reddy is debuting. He has been doing his camp for the past 1.5, 2 months in Thailand at Taiwa Striking, which is a fantastic gym. Shout out to them. They are helping our guy level up. And Havish has always been like a phenomenal grappler. He has had great. Yeah, you should talk about him. You are the best friend
Dude.
with Havish. Let's go.
Dude, I love both these guys.
Okay.
Okay. Both of them are my boys. I've spent a lot of time with them training. We have traveled to a lot of places. Me and Havish, we went to the first World Championship, and that's the first time I ever lost in my MMA career as an amateur, and that actually changed me. Me and Havish, we have traveled to a lot of different places. We've gone to Mysore and where not. Ranjan and me, actually, Ranjan taught me striking also.
Amazing.
I'm not going to joke. When I first actually was coming up as a amateur fighter, Ranjan taught me striking. His striking is very good. Now, I love both these guys, man. Like, both of them are my best buddies. Both of them are my favorite boys. And I feel like, I don't know, it's such a travesty where I have to make both my favorite boys fight, okay?
Yeah.
But that's the sport, yeah.
That's the sport.
That's the sport. You just fight for just for the sake of fighting because we love it. Now, whose side am I going to take? I can't because I just love both of them. And I know that these both wanted an opportunity and it's very difficult for them to get any legit opportunity. So we're like, okay, fine, guys, take it up. And they somewhere deep down knew that
Okay,
they
are
would
going to
fight each other.
Yeah.
They
You
would
know,
fight each
sometimes
other.
when guys train together also in a team, and when the team splits or something like that happens of
Yeah.
that sort, uh, deep down you know, okay, now this guy has become my competitor.
Yes.
And in those rounds also that you are having inside the team, you are getting like bested by today this guy,
Yes.
tomorrow you are besting them. So in your mind you are like, oh,
One day.
I know your game.
Yes.
He knows my game.
Yes.
One day if we find each other across the cage, let's see
Let's see who will win, man.
who comes out. So Havish has been like really motivated,
Yeah,
bro. He
man.
texts me all the time, "Hey, bro, I've been learning this, I've been learning that." And he recently finished African dude. I don't know like what his name was
Yeah. We
in
saw
a
that. We saw
amateur fight there. His last amateur fight, probably.
Yes.
He has been very active in the amateur scene. competing in jiu-jitsu tournaments, competing in MMA tournaments. He went and won the whole WDS
Yes.
four grueling fight thing.
Yes. Yes.
Where I mean, these tournaments are really grueling, man. If you are winning that, you are definitely doing something good.
Seriously.
So Havish are definitely a great prospect at flyweight, guys. This is a flyweight fight under 57 kgs, 56 kgs actually.
56 kgs.
And watch out for this fight. This will be a
Yeah.
banger to start the pro fight card with.
It's such a great matchup. I mean,
Yeah.
props to you, bro. Like you put it's like Havish has such good grappling and this guy has such good striking. And Ranjan also has been working on his grappling in Flamingo with Debojit. And he's improved a lot. He also got his blue belt recently as well.
Yeah.
So that's actually a testament to his improvement.
Yeah.
I think this fight, having such a killer fight as an opener to the
Yeah.
pro division is amazing.
Amazing, amazing. And Havish is representing Kaizen MMA, RGM, and Thengal is representing RMX, which is coached by Roshan
Roshan
Manam,
Mainam.
who used to be one of the fighters from India at one championship, who was killing it at one. Nowadays, he has been inactive for a while,
Yeah.
but he's coached to some of the really good up and coming talent. If you
Yes.
have heard about Jeko Laishram, if you guys don't
Jekko.
know, we tried to get him on this fight card as well, but unfortunately, it didn't happen. But most probably in the future, we'll have
We'll
these
have him.
high level talents fighting in the local Bangalore fight cards. And yeah, sky's the limit for
Sky's the
these
limit, bro.
guys.
Sky's the limit, bro. Sky's the limit.
Let's move on to our second fight of the main card, which is again one of our boy, Niranjan Fanjubam from
Yes.
Manipur.
Yeah.
Again, you know this guy for a
Yeah.
long time. Let's talk
Yeah.
about him.
So see, Niranjan is like he's a very good friend of mine. We have traveled to like 2-3 countries together, and we have actually been like with each other from our amateur days to our pro days as well. And we both have won a medal for India as well in the World Championship. So I've seen his journey. I've seen the way he's improved. I've seen the things that he's been through. I know him even before he moved to Bangalore, and he's improved a lot. He's changed a lot
Yeah.
for the better, and he's fighting Karan. Karan again is a very good friend of mine. I've been seeing him as well from the amateur days. This is going to be a really good matchup. Meaning it's going to be a banger, man.
So
I must say.
Niranjan used to be a striker, right? Through and through striker.
Through
Like
and
if you
through.
see his Instagram profile bio, it's like MMA striking champion, gold medalist at IMAF,
Hmm.
MMA striking, then striking championship. So
Hmm.
everyone in the circuit knew him as a legit Muay Thai
Striker.
guy, Muay Thai champion, Muay Thai world, whatever medalist he has, medal he has. But everyone knew him through that. And even in his last WDS fight, the promoters booked him thinking he's a striking guy. So we'll pair him with another striking guy and we'll get to see a banger. But when it's an MMA fight, you got to do everything, right?
Yeah.
And he lost his first pro fight because of this reason,
Yes,
because he
man.
was not well rounded. I think it was Rehan Lulla or
Whatever.
something. I think.
Whatever his name is.
So,
I was there in that fight. So it was basically I was main carding that fight,
okay.
and Niranjan was in probably the undercard of the fight, and it was honestly not the right matchup or the not the right time, but he still took it. Meaning he never backs down from a
Yeah.
fight. Even now, anybody calls him, hey Niranjan, we
Bro,
have a fight.
last week he was asking me, ki, bro, there's a fight on 14 June. Should
Yeah.
I take it?
What the fuck?
I'm like, bro,
What kind of-
don't do one
Don't.
week notice fight because number one, you don't get a read on your opponent. And I know, however ballsy you want to sound by saying anywhere, anytime, there's a way to doing things. There's a
Yes.
way to prepare for a fight. It's always good to know your opponents. It's always
Very
good
true.
to study your opponent and then fight, especially once you become a pro, right?
Very true.
So that way he has that mentality. But sometimes as coaches, we have to take the right decision for
Correct.
these guys, right?
He took that fight against Rehan in like 2 days notice.
2 days.
2 days.
Crazy.
And the thing about Niranjan is that anytime you call him, you say, hey, we have a fight for you. And the answer is always, yes, I will accept. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's how he was. But now he has
So
some
he
sense.
learned that
Yeah.
lesson in the first fight where he was not ready. His grappling was not up to the par.
Very true.
He got, I think, dominated in that fight or what?
Yeah,
Or
man.
very
He
close
got-
decision.
It was a unanimous decision. He got dominated. He would easily accept the bottom position,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
So, but now, bro, you can't also keep him down.
I
I've
can't
seen
keep
your
him down.
rounds.
I can't keep him down.
I have a really hard time. Unless I've taken his back, I'm not holding him down, bro.
Nobody can do it.
So this guy has become one of the better grapplers in the gym.
Seriously.
Gives everyone a hard
Very
time. You
true.
can't hold him down. He has great takedowns, harai goshis, uchimatas,
Ultimatas, everything. man.
great scrimmage. Like he has become a through and through well-rounded
Great
grappler.
Very true.
So much that he even does not strike as much now. So, but he can do both.
He can do both. He can
We have
do
seen
both.
in sparring. He can
do
mix it like no one else.
He can do
And
it.
in my opinion, this bantamweight fight, guys, under 61, you're going to see something special out of this guy in the future.
Yes.
And he's taking on, as you said, Karan Chauhan, who is a 3-5 record. Niranjan is 1-1, just for the information. So Karan Chauhan is 3-5. As I said, a guy not having the best facilities, best teams around him, but still taking
Yeah,
on
man.
the best guys in the scene. So Karan Chauhan last fought in Aturto.
Aturto, yeah.
At a very short notice.
Yeah.
They wanted a fighter for their tournament, their featherweight tournament that they're hosting. This guy's a bantamweight.
Bantamweight, yeah.
He took a featherweight fight, and guess who was the first round? It was Kon Jarbin,
Okay.
the poster boy of that promotion, the best probably technical fighter out of
Okay.
Arunachal right now.
Okay.
And this guy does not hesitate, bro. Both of these guys have that same mentality. I'll take any fight anytime. In our case, I have him stopping Niranjan. Karan Chauhan is a man, as you
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
of his own. And he
takes
took
it.
that fight, lost that fight. But yeah, man, I definitely love his striking. You'll see him working in those reels that he, stories that he posts. Very, very crisp striker. I'm sure he has been working on his jiu-jitsu also. I've seen him training at P-Town in the past few weeks. So he's going to come as game as they come. And for Niranjan also, it will be a really good fight to test himself. If he can apply his grappling, if he can apply his striking against a strong MFer like Karan Chauhan.
Very true.
And Karan Chauhan has another great gift. He can talk, bro. He can talk on the mic. Super professional dealing with him. All the things that we require. So this is a very common thing, bro. Just to digress, fighters don't respond to the fucking messages in
Why?
India.
Why don't you respond?
Fighters are very, very lazy when it comes to promotional activity, man.
We make sure we have groups for you. We have designated a guy just to communicate for you, and you guys don't respond. Why? What's the problem?
Too lazy, or communication barrier, everything. It's daunting. I know these guys can fight their heart out in the octagon, but when it comes to communication, they sometimes feel a little shy. But Karan, as I said, he is not that guy. He's the guy who can talk like anything. He can promote the fight like anything. And you will see in the upcoming days when we start the promotional campaign,
Yeah.
when we have those fight to fighters interview, how they talk shit about each other.
Bro, I'm telling you, dude. Karan is a phenomenal salesman.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, he knows how to market himself. He knows how
100%.
to sell himself. That
It's-
is the skill that every fighter should have.
I feel it's in India that we don't have promotions extracting this out of the guys. Otherwise, we have some of the guys who have phenomenal mic skills.
Okay, I want to make one thing
Sure.
clear. Guys, for the ones that are fighting Ronin FC, I will not stop you from talking. Shit talk what you want. You want to say whatever to the fighter and everything. Make sure you're within your bounds. Don't talk about somebody's faith, their parents, place of origin, language. Those things are not allowed and we will not tolerate it. But you can shit talk about your opponent. Please do it. We want you guys to do it, man. Talk, fight. Talk and fight. If you're angry at him, take it out on the fight.
Yeah.
But please don't hold yourself back from talking here. Come on, do it. Sell yourselves. Market yourselves. This is the platform for you guys.
Yeah, I was talking to Prakhar, who is going to fight one of
Arre.
our guys again. He was like, "Bro, I'm going to shit talk you."
We'll get to him. We'll get to him.
I'm too excited about all these fights. Okay, so Niranjan versus Karan Chauhan, another banger that you guys promised from my side. Let's move on to the fourth fight, or the third fight actually. It's Millennium Kumar versus Nazareth. So Millennium Kumar is another debutant. He has a stellar, I think, 27-3 amateur record. 30 amateur fights this guy has, and now he's coming in to Ronin FC for the debut. Very, very excited to have him. Other guy who we just reached out and we were like, bro, we have a fight for you. His opponent fell off. Can you accept? I was like, yes, send me the contract.
Why?
In one day, he signed it, sent
Yeah.
it to us.
Why?
So guys like this are joy to work with. Millennium fights out of Cross Train Delhi, and he's going to fight. First of all, what a cool name, Millennium.
Millennium.
I think this fight is a fight of cool names because even Nazareth is such a cool
Nazareth.
name.
Oh my God.
Right?
Seriously.
So Nazareth is 2-0 out of Dojang, and he is considered one of the prospects in the community in the flyweight division. He went to Uganda, bro. Nazareth.
Okay.
All the way to Uganda for one fight, one pro fight. Goes there, beats their local talent, talks shit to him after the fight with all these
Huh.
Africans surrounding him, these tall, giant motherfuckers, and just talks shit and then comes back, waves the Indian flag, comes back. We are dealing with some true
Crazy guys, huh?
MFers, bro. I'm so excited.
Mentally unstable guys, but we like that.
He's not mentally unstable. He's really,
Really
like
good. Huh?
humble also,
Humble also, yeah.
but really, really good fighter.
Very
Like
good,
he can,
yes.
I think he's southpaw. He can fight, take down, do striking, everything. Like very complete fighter.
Hmm.
And these are the guys who we need going into the future of
Very true.
Indian MMA, who can do everything. You don't have to be just a one-trick pony because you will get exposed
Yes,
at higher
very
level.
true.
And other thing, as we were talking about, if you just compete in Indian circuit, you never know,
You never know,
where
man.
you are.
You never know.
So taking on a short notice fight, going to Uganda, beating their local guy who was kind of set up to win against you,
Hmm.
get an easy win out of an Indian guy, beating him in his hometown.
Crazy.
Bro,
Huh?
that's some
off, man. Hats
legit
off.
stuff. So Nazareth and his coach Manas, we have
Yeah,
heard a
we
lot
know him.
about him recently as well. He had his fighter Mridul
Okay.
Saikia, who fought in Road to UFC. So we heard a lot about that fight. Unfortunately, it did not go his way, but you can see that he has that caliber of fighters who can at least reach the level of Road to UFC. It's okay if we don't win right now. In future, we will have more and more fighters who will go leveling up, keep banging the skill, keep banging their head at the door, and they will keep upgrading their skill.
true.
So Nazareth is their other top fighter who will see give a really solid performance
true,
here.
very true.
So really excited to have them here for Ronin FC. Let's move on to the fourth fight actually of the card. That is Raghavendra Singh Sekhawat, who is 2-0, fighting out of Warriors Cove, versus Rishabh Patel, who is from Indore, fighting out of Fight of Nights
Hmm.
MMA gym. So Rishabh, again, I know him in the circuit. I've seen a couple of his fights. Rishabh actually submitted Karan Chauhan in
Oh.
your event.
Yes.
What is the name of your Clash of Warriors,
Clash of
right?
Warriors. Clash of Warriors.
So Gagan and me went together to fight. He was the main
Main event.
Yeah,
Main
he
event.
was the main event on the card, and I think co-main, third fight of the
Third
card
fight.
was Rishabh Patel versus Karan.
Karan.
Rishabh submitted Karan in the first round itself. Very technical fighter. I've seen him knock out one of the very talented Sahil Bura in Delhi when we
Oh,
hosted an event
yeah.
earlier as well. Very, very humble fighter coming out of a place like Indore, bro.
Indore,
Imagine
okay.
such a small city. We are all here sitting in a luxurious Bangalore gym, and we are sitting in Delhi, New Delhi, and we claim to be like the best fighter. These guys are coming out of these small pockets of the country where you might not even have a good SNC proper gym,
Yes.
right? And they are training their ass off to be at these promotions and going and taking on these big challenges.
You know, Rishabh fought Tribhuvan.
He fought Tribhuvan as
Yeah,
well.
and
Okay,
that was his first fight, first pro fight, and
Okay.
it was a draw.
crazy.
Imagine he fought an experienced guy like Tribhuvan, who's
Okay.
like fought in Road to Brave, and he won in Road to Brave as well.
Yeah,
Okay, he didn't get the contract. That's another discussion.
yeah.
But he fought Tribhuvan, and it was a draw.
This takes me because he gave us the record 2-1. So basically, it will be 2-1-1, right?
Yeah, 2-1.
So this brings us to another very important point. That is a lot of times Tribhuvan also fought very recently at a promotion in south of India, right? Kerala.
Calicut. He fought in
Calicut.
Calicut.
And I heard from him also that they haven't uploaded his record yet. So this is another scam that goes off in the Indian MMA scene where you go fighting in a pro fight, assuming that it's a pro fight, and you win the fight, you expect your record to be up. This has happened with Prakhar as well.
Yeah.
He has a more winning record, but it's not updated yet. And then we get to hear about their record is not the same what we expected. He has won like 4 pro fights, but it's just 2-1.
2-1.
And it's such a sad thing because you're robbing them of their whole effort. What is
man.
the biggest asset of a MMA fighter?
The record.
The record, their pro
The
record, right?
The record, man.
And if you can't
Seriously.
update that pro record of his hard-earned win, that is like scamming him.
See, I feel that it's very much in the promotion's hand. See, if the promotion can't upload the record, it has to be made very clear.
Yeah, 100%.
But if you say we'll upload the record and then do it, I think
You know, a lot of promotion do play this game where their own fighters will lose and then they will never send in the record. They will keep stalling until the fighter forgets about it, the winning fighter. I've heard it from other fighters, man. I'm in the scene and they keep texting me, bro, aisa ho raha hai mere sath, aisa ho raha hai mere sath.
Very sad.
So these are the tactics, shady tactics that a lot of promoters use. I'm not naming any names because I don't have conclusive proof and all. But these are things that go on in the scene, and that's why people need
Yeah,
to be
man.
wary of where they fight. Some promotions will not pay you money. You keep asking, keep asking. You have to make a social media post.
Yeah.
We saw that recently. Some promotions will not upload your record, which is the biggest asset that you
Yeah.
have. No, 20,000 is nothing. It will come and
Yeah.
go, right?
Yes, yes,
But
very
your
true.
record stays with
Record
you,
stays
especially if you
forever.
win.
Exactly.
So, not counting these records is criminal, in my opinion. And you should definitely, guys, watch out for the promotions who do this.
You,
We,
I would see. I think we need to educate the fighters, because one thing I've noticed is that we as MMA fighters, we just want to fight, we just want to train, but there are a lot of things that we are not educated on,
yeah.
and I think that the fighters should actually study the promotion. They should see whether they have kept their commitments, or how is the refereeing, do they pay, and all those things.
So,
It's very
what do you
important.
think? How can you promise that the fighters will get their record uploaded for Ronin FC?
Meaning we're working with Andrew. We
Yes.
have like a very legit person with us, and he
Yes.
has the login credentials to upload it on Tapology. He's done it for previous promotions. I think it was called Swatantra or
They just
something.
hosted
Yeah,
a
they
fight
just
card in
hosted.
Mumbai, I guess.
And Andrew himself had posted the records.
Yeah.
So we have legit people working with
Working with
us.
us. So, this is a guarantee from our side
Yeah,
as a promotion that your record will go online. Uh, there are people who might try to control it, mess with it, doesn't matter.
we don't know.
We will definitely from our end make our best efforts that your record, your hard-earned record goes online, and will not stop till it does.
Yeah.
We'll make a noise if it needs to, if there's any hindrance, but rest assured it will go. Andreas promises that, so
Yeah.
let's
See,
hope.
me as a fighter, I know how
Yeah.
important a record is. Once I became 2-0 as a professional, I started getting DMs from UAE Warriors. I started getting DMs from Niza.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't take the fight, it was like 15 days notice and everything. But you get recognized. You'll be there on the charts. You'll be there on the rankings.
Yeah.
So then they can match you up globally against anyone. People will reach out to you. So I know how important a record is. So we'll definitely give that to all
That's
our
the only
fighters.
thing which helps your career move up.
Yes,
Doesn't
100%.
matter if you fight 10 pro fights, win all. If it's not on record, it
It
doesn't
doesn't
matter.
matter. It doesn't matter.
And the counter side of that is, which we were discussing earlier, you can be 10 and 0 in India with a pro fight record. But if you're not skilled, you're not skilled.
You know what I was thinking, that for our next promotion, we should get some international fighters, and we'll match up them just to, because see, I have fought internationally
Yeah.
on an amateur level,
Yeah.
and I've seen the competition, and those guys are killers at an amateur level, and many pro guys in India have not had that kind of exposure. I think we should do something like that in the future
100%.
events.
So
Yeah.
that will be the next step for our
Yes.
promotional journey. This time we are trying to match the best Indian fighters with best Indian fighters available. A lot of fighters, as you know, are contracted by these big promotions who we cannot get to fight with us for now. But as people hear about the legit way that we do
Yeah.
things, hopefully more and more people will sign up with us.
Yeah.
And as we guarantee them more fights throughout the year, I think
Yes,
that's a big USP for us,
Yes.
that
Yes.
we'll be giving them more number of fights a year to develop their career than
Very true.
having, let's say, one fight a year,
One
which is
fight a year.
doing nothing for your
Nothing.
career, literally.
Very true.
Okay. So let's move on into the fight card. So Raghavendra, we were talking about. Raghavendra is out of Warriors Cove. Again, a very talented up and coming fighter. I've seen him fight at a Nepal promotion. I think it was called Omega. He won there. He also has another fight win on the record. So he's an excellent grappler, and his striking is also leveling up. He studies the game basically. That much I can understand from his approach, from his training style. He's a sharp fighter. Like even when I upload some things, I would see like him following, asking questions, or
Oh.
liking. Like he knows, he understands the game. He has an understanding, and he's actively trying to get better every day. Very humble. I saw him fight, him corner one of his friends also in the Sikkim promotion. I think Darjeeling Cage Warriors it was. There I met him. I talked. I interacted with him. That's how I got to know him. And very very clever fighter.
Oh,
You know?
nice.
So these are the students of the game that we need
Yes. Yes. Yes.
to like progress and become into a better
Very
pro
true.
fighter in the future for the
Very true,
country.
very true.
So I'm really excited to see what he brings to the event versus Rishabh Patel, who, as I said, has been around in the circuit, has fought some of the tougher guys like Tribhuvan, like Karan, like Sahil Bura.
Hmm.
So it will be very interesting. Featherweight fight. This is, guys, Warriors Co MMA versus Fight of Nights. A very big, well-established team versus a very small team out of Indore. So it'll be clash of, you know, a culture, I would
Culture,
say.
I would say, yeah.
Okay. So let's move on to the last two fights, the co-main event and the main event. And guys, these two fights are my favorite fights, obviously, out of the whole event. Shoaib Khan, he's a fighter from Goa.
Goa,
I think you
yeah.
know him, right?
Very well.
He has trained here with you.
Yes, very
Let's
times.
talk about him.
So Shoaib Khan is a very good friend of mine. He calls me fatty, even though I'm not. I don't know why he calls me that. Okay.
That's a general nickname for
I
heavyweights.
don't know why. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a very good friend of mine. We've trained together, but he, under any circumstances, will never wrestle with me, will never roll with me.
As it should not.
I am the most safest training partner, but he doesn't believe that. I
That's
don't know why
fake.
Shoaib. Okay. But I really love the fact that Shoaib has actually accepted to fight here, and that too in Bangalore. And it's been a while since I've met him. And I really love the way he fights. He knows how to sell the fight. That's the
Very,
best.
very flashy fighter,
Very-
brings the fight, is game in the
Yeah.
cage. Like when you have some fighters now who, when they get hit, they're like, come on, give
Yeah.
me more. Let
Yeah,
me
he's
show
like,
you.
he's like
I'll
that.
give you another one.
Yeah.
He's
He's
that
like
kind of
that.
guy.
He's like that. And for his weight class, which is flyweight, he's pretty tall and lanky.
Tall, yes.
He's pretty tall and lanky.
Yes, yes.
That's actually a problem for many of the flyweights that I've seen who have sparred with him. Because of his height, his distance management,
Yeah.
he'll do good.
So guess what? How would a good fight matchmaker respond to it? He would match him with an equally lanky guy, right? And that guy is Bishal Sahu, again
Oh.
out of Kanchenjunga MMA and Jiu-Jitsu, out of Sikkim,
Uh,
the same promotion I was talking about. He has built
Okay.
his career through around that as well.
Yeah.
And Bishal is another guy who never says no to
Oh.
fighting a high-level opponent.
oh.
He has fought Cody Sutcliffe from Australia, who has been in Indian and around Indian MMA scene. He gave Rabindra Dhant,
Hmm.
who is going to fight in MFN now, as we have
Yeah,
all
he's fighting
heard,
Chokrang.
in NWC, this Corey guy.
Oh.
And he gave him a really tough fight. The third round, if you go and watch that, he had Rabindra in all sort of trouble in Anaconda. He had him in a triangle he had his back actually in that round. So Corey was a really tough opponent. Bishal said, no, I'll fight him. I don't care. Although he lost that fight by decision. But Bishal is a very, very game opponent. Went to Niza on a short notice. Again, lost there, came up short. But as I said, he never backs down from a fight. Very good striker, elbows, knees, fights really well. Bishal is 5-3. He was 5-0. He has had like a string of defeats. But he's looking to make this comeback fight
Yeah.
special against Shoaib Khan. Shoaib is from Goa. Bishal, as I said, is from Sikkim. So Goa and Sikkim, hill versus
Yeah.
the beach.
Beach, yeah.
So these guys will be at it. Shoaib Khan is 6-1.
Yeah.
So again, a very fantastic matchup. Thank you to the
seriously.
matchmaker in the flyweight.
Thank you to the matchmaker.
And let's move on to the special fight, the most special fight of the night,
Oh.
the main event. And this is a fight which is, again, as you said, like some fights that tear you apart a
Yeah.
little bit. This one is similar for me. And in this fight, Prakhar Subasung, another guy who is excellent on the mic, he comes in, reads poetry after his post-fight, in the post-fight speech. He's that good. And he's fighting against a MFN guy, Maridin Newmai, who is 3-1. So we have Prakhar versus Maridin Newmai. Big news.
Big.
We are breaking it right here. It's in the bantamweight division. Maridin Newmai is out of the Combat Academy Nagaland, learned all the skills, grew up there. He has visited Kaizen for the past 2-3 months to improve upon his grappling, get more well-rounded. And man, this guy is a hard worker. We
Yeah,
see him all the time in the gym. He has also started taking up classes here, teaching our beginners batches, and all the students like sing praises about the way he's teaching. I personally, I cannot be more grateful for him to come here and
Yes.
be a part of the team and help us also, help our fighters also. Him and Niranjan go to war all the
War,
time.
man. Seriously.
These both are like excellent bantamweights that we have right now.
Seriously.
And can't be more excited for Prakhar versus Madden. What are your thoughts on this?
First of all, it was supposed to be Prakhar versus Tribhuvan, but Tribhuvan's elbow got dislocated. Wishing him a speedy recovery. And like, props to Meriden, dude, for accepting this fight. Meaning, I think it's been well over a year and a half since he last fought, and he's been craving for a fight. I've seen him train. I've seen Prakhar train. My God, I'm pretty sure Prakhar will shit talk him. He's going
Yeah,
to say things that
yeah,
Meriden doesn't like,
yeah.
and I want to see how it's going to go.
Bro,
Okay.
Prakhar is going to shit talk me more than Maradin. I'm damn sure of that. And I would love for him to do that because if Prakhar is an English honors, I'm also an English. If he's a poet, I'm also an
Oh,
English
wow,
honors.
wow, 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 wow. Guys,
So,
did you hear that?
so Prakhar, bring it on, brother. We'll see you in the fighters interview.
Yeah,
Bro, I was talking to Maradin. He comes from a very humble place,
yeah.
small place in Nagaland. He was saying that I rear pigs and I sell pigs to fund my MMA journey.
Oh my
I have to
God.
sell pigs. So imagine how small background they're coming from. And if you just not let them fight, they are, as you said, there's a prime of the
Yeah,
athlete.
man. There's a
If
prime.
that passes, what are they left with
What are
now?
they left with, man? Seriously, really.
So Madden fighting with us is a great news for us as a promotion as well. He's a very skilled fighter, very talented fighter, as I said. Has some great wins in MFN at the highest level in India. He's fighting Prakhar Subasung. Let's talk about Prakhar as well. Again, coming from a small town, he is a self-taught guy, head coach of Primal MMA in Siliguri. Not even like a big city; it's a small city out of West Bengal. And he has been self-taught, and he has been on a two-fight win streak. He has
Mm.
beaten David, who is a great friend of ours, at Nepal Warriors Championship. He was the main event there. Really good win. So Prakhar beat David's student, who is also a pro fighter,
Johnny,
Johnny Darlong. So he beat the student and then he beat the coach. So his confidence and his momentum is super high. He's riding on that two-fight win streak. Where it is going to be challenging for Madden is that he's coming after a long break.
Yes.
And you, as well as I, know how
Ring
dangerous
rust.
the ring rust is.
Bro,
Uh,
that thing as ring rust, people say it doesn't exist. It exists.
Bro, only people who don't train say
Yeah.
that. If you go into a cage, your cardio just halves
Halves,
if you
bro.
haven't been there for a while.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter how much training rounds you've done
Yeah.
in the gym. It's just a different feeling. We saw that with Avizo also.
Yeah,
He fought
man.
after a 1 year, 1.5 year long
Exactly.
break, and then he gets stunned in the first round against not, I would say, a guy who was in his level that night. Avizo is much better, but he got stunned in the first 20, 30 seconds. That happens because of ring rust,
Yeah, very true, man.
right?
Very true.
Obviously, there was a big technical flaw over there which we have fixed since then, but those things happens because that feel of the cage is very important,
Very
man.
true, man. Very true.
So Madden is going to face a really serious threat from Prakhar, and we wish both of these guys great
Yeah.
luck. And they are our main event, so it's really special for us. Also, it's our first card, and they are our main event. So we are looking for a stellar fight from these guys. And as we have discussed till now, all the fights are pretty exciting. They are high-level MMA fights
Very true. Very
where
true.
we are
Very
not
true.
trying to pad anyone's record. We are giving them the best fights available in their division. We have reached out to other better fighters as well. I wouldn't say better, but other top fighters of the division as well. Maybe due to some issues, some problems because of their commitments, they haven't been able
Yeah.
to connect with us. We would definitely hope to have them in the future in our promotion
Very true.
fighting with us. We have an open door policy. We don't want to indulge in the politics.
Yeah, man.
All those things have held Indian MMA back for such a long time. It's a new chapter that we are trying to open. We are open to collaborate with anyone who would
Anyone.
want to work with
Yes.
us. So, Gagan,
Absolutely.
parting thoughts about Ronin FC. Let's close the show, man.
So, see, now, definitely, as you clearly said, that we are open to work with anyone. We don't want to have this kind of platform where we pad records and everything. Yes, we will be doing couple of events in a year. We'll ensure that there's a fair fight and fighters are getting paid appropriately. Okay. And collaboration is something that we're definitely open to. And our main priorities would definitely be the fighters. If you guys can fight, if you guys can sell yourself by talking, I think this is the right platform for you. And just wait. This is our first event. Things will be a bit bumpy here and there. We had to change the date. Like the first date was supposed to be on 14 June, but then we shifted it to 26 July. And we've also compensated the fighters as well. We've increased their purse money as well. Okay, just to make sure that just to ensure that the confidence is there within them. So this is our first event, but I would say that watch out for us in the future. We will ensure that there are banger events happening in Bangalore, that you guys get the right platform to showcase your talent, and not just your talent, but even bring up the sport of mixed martial arts in a country like India. And one day we will have a UFC champion coming out of India, guys.
100%. And why not just make a, whether it is Ronin or not, whether it is a different
Yeah,
promotion, why not to make a rival promotion which rivals UFC also in the
yeah,
future? Why dream small, right?
absolutely, man. Who
Like
knows?
make a big promotion. That's too big of a talk, but it's okay.
Happens,
We can,
happens.
yeah.
If it happens, happens, man.
So let's help. So guys, that was it from our side. Ronin Fighting Championship, 26th of July. We have had our parting words. Let's collaborate to make this event a successful one. Fighters can do their job, give us great fights. Our promoters are doing their job, fighting hard to give you as many events per year as possible. I'm doing my job, helping promote the event, helping make some of the killer fights for you guys. So let's all together come and enjoy the show. Don't miss it. Follow us on our social media, Running Fighting Championship, Instagram. You'll see a lot of posts coming your way. Tab tak ke liye, take care. Bye bye. Out from Bangalore.